Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing.
Of his election campaign expressed his disappointment that the effort has failed again, and Long stresses that the fight is far from over.
This won't be their last attempt. They're going to continue to try to chip away at the law in whatever way they can, but that's why we all need to stay on our toes and keep up these resistance efforts.
Republicans say they will renew their repeal efforts after they have resolved the issue of tax reform. For Public News Service, I'm Andrew.
Don't want to hear that. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also heard the radio.
Yeah, I just turned it off. I was like, the headphones that I was using were not working.
Man, fuck Republicans.
Fuck anybody who thinks they separate from the main shit.
Yeah, exactly. From what's really going on.
Or from what's really going on, man. It's
God.
like, when you take on that label, Republican, Democrat, all that shit in between, you're only still aligning yourself with the bullshit.
Exactly.
There's no way around it. Like, once people don't realize, like, once you get into the box, you're in the box.
That's true.
It don't matter how many words, how many syllables they got, what academic professors on this shit. Once you are within the framework, you are already fucked up. You need to question the framework, see if the framework is aligning with anything, and then once you realize the framework doesn't align with anything, then you can make new definitions for shit. You know, like,
you gotta reframe your own existence. That's what we've been talking about over here.
That's what it's about. So shit, I mean, fuck. I guess we should just roll into the show, bro.
All right.
No need to pause and stop. And that was basically our little intro rant. Yeah. Fuck a Republican. Fuck a Democrat. Fuck a left. Fuck a right. Fuck a up,
fuck
down.
Teams. It's ridiculous. It's about teams. He's wearing a Atlanta Braves shirt. Mm-hmm. It's home of the brave, America. Mm-hmm. America the beautiful. Got to make it great again, whatever. But, you know, it's just that thing where people love to be on a team. They love to associate, like, oh, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm a fucking blonde, I'm a white, I'm a, you know, people align themselves. And I think, I've been hearing a lot of this, that even that Make America Great Again, it's some nostalgia for that bullshit ridiculousness that is our past, that travesty. It's like this, like...
Well, I see where it comes from. I mean, when I pull back, I see it comes from our like spiritual inclination to relate. That's all it is. It's like the most common denominator is that people want to relate. Exactly. So it's like, I think there's nothing wrong with clusters because you align where your vibration is, you know? So I would just pull back and be like, will I really like to have my vibration align where people who are pretty adamant and either physically or vocal about oppression or harm coming their way are dishing out harm. And It's like, you know, that's not a team that I think there's just other teams that are more aligned. If there are teams, you know, just like, why are we like, I feel like, all right, the title of this show, or maybe the rough title or the rough topic of this show is like, is it balanced? And I like kind of where we're going and what happened before we came in here. It was like talking about relationship ups, downs, woes, and like whatever, everything in between, and like a relationship vision. You know, what does that look like? Exactly. What does like people's political visions look like, and are they actually narrating their vision? Are they actually like defining their vision, or are they letting the vision be defined by media? And
are they letting themselves be defined by the vision, or by whatever it is, these constructs that we like associate ourselves with? Because a lot of people are, I believe, they allow life to be about this end game or whatever it is. And what I see is these end games are marriage, babies, these own little like privatized institutions that we kind of separate ourselves into. Or, you know, these like life roads that you can either go this way or you can go this way. And it really determines the outlook of your life or what your life looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes from using external things to define and narrate our lives. So we get so attached to like maintaining the external shit. Well, I got a car, you know, and I got a wife, and you know,
paying the bills on
time. And like we get into this humdrum, and it's a mundane thing. And I feel like, you know, part of our work here is like finding appreciation in the little shit to only expand to something else. It's not to be content with the little shit and like be kind of resentful or like having these interesting ups and downs and shit. It's like finding appreciation and then blossom, finding appreciation and then blooming into some other shit instead of like, oh, I'm settling right here. You know, this is at level 3. I'm cool.
I mean, we were having a similar conversation about this in the parking lot about classes and how, you know, we were talking to these gentlemen who work at Spitz next door, and I was just relating to them on the fact that through my experiences in my job of picking up junk from people's houses, rich people don't tip. They don't like to separate themselves from their money. They believe they earned it more than you did, earned your money or whatever it is. They believe that they, you know, it's a lot like closer. So I'll go into these massive $3 million homes, and people won't, you know, donate or won't tip me shit because, you know.
I think they tip. They just didn't want to tip you.
Oh,
you know, I mean,
savage.
I think that's the truth, bro.
I didn't bring my smile to work that day.
Well, I mean, smiles are one way to like assert a tip or like really insinuate a tip.
I mean, some days.
But if someone's doing work for you and they're doing it, you know, in a way that is on, you know, professionally done on time, like they're not causing any hiccups or anything, or they're being really on top of it if anything does happen.
Some days the money flows, some other days dries up, the well dries up, you know.
I think I think like it's just like that's the interesting thing around energy and money and shit like that. I think they just didn't want to tip you. I'm sure rich people tip all the time.
I'm sure
maybe when they go to like an 8-star restaurant, then they tip. But they're like
they tip when they're around their other rich friends.
Other rich friends, like if you was a rich friend that had my company, like if I was, you know, if the woman knew the owner of the company, it was like, oh, that's, you know, this is 1-800-JUNK is like Samantha's company, and I'll make sure I'm treating her good because we're gonna go to some ball soiree
set
shit.
Them up.
You know, set them up. But this is just some like low life. And we fucking with the low life. Yeah, it's like, man, did he get the junk or not?
Did he exactly.
We gave him the junk, didn't we? It's 1-800-JUNK. It ain't 1-800 stuff I like, you know. You know, if it was stuff I like food or restaurant, junk, bro. You can, and my junk gonna be your treasure here. This is a gift for you to come to Beverly Hills.
It's like my junk for you, the junk, man. Yeah, it's basically, it's brutal out there. It's brutal. It's like we are separated by class and society and money, everything that, you know, like advertising. They tell us, do you want to be here or do you want to be here? Do you want to, you know, you gotta have the Benz. You gotta have, you know, you gotta work towards the luxury vehicle, or else it's like, it's not gonna be shit. You're not gonna be shit. Your friends are gonna talk shit. It's all, you know, your life is gonna be shit. But you know, you can't let them tell you that. You can't let them sell. You can't be bought.
No. I think the thing is, you hold, you know, what you like. You hold your vision, and you really just relax into it. You know, fucking relax into it. Don't fucking assert. Don't fucking be super forceful. And if people around you don't see it, just let them not see it, and then let them see it when they see it. You know, it's like
it's true. Yeah.
It's.
You ain't here for nobody. Nobody is on this earth for a fucking purpose, for a reason. For, you know, you don't meet. There's no, like, none of these interactions are meant to be. It's just they're all happenstance. Like the way I met Marcus, we were at an open mic, Tribal Cafe, every night of the week, and you know what?
Good spot.
He just, like, you know, we just did some stand up. We just, like, we just related on some subjects. We, you know, he gave me a certain. Prop 215 medicated dessert. Amazing. This boy knows how to cook. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, we will keep it up and running. And I want to go into that. I want to dive into that.
Oh,
so
man, that
part
night.
Part of the element here on the show is like we're trying to do like when strangers collide, super strangers collide, and, you know, shit like that. So Donald's like a sub stranger, like part stranger, part host and shit of the show. You know, we're homies. Yeah, it's part of the co-host of the show. Yeah. So it's like. We're at this spot doing open mic in Tribal Cafe. Check it out. It's like family in there. They always treat us good and shit. Yeah. And there happened to be I happened to be outside when some shit went down. But some shit went down, and the woman that was hosting the show was going off on.
She turned his mic off.
She began to
yell
and
just scream at the audience.
Berate
just everybody.
Yeah.
Not even It wasn't even. I don't even think she was screaming at the guy anymore.
She screamed at She was just. I think she was directing it initially towards him, though other people got involved in a way that wasn't healthy. I mean, let's talk about it. How long you been doing stand up?
I've on and off for about 4 or 5 years.
Okay, same here. Like on and off up to maybe 6 years, right? Mm-hmm. On and off. And every time I go out, there's usually maybe, I would say there's more funny women than men, but There's less women doing stand-up than men.
Stand-up is definitely a boys' club. And she was saying, she was like, you know what, I've heard. So, okay, the thing is, what the item in question, you guys are probably like, why is she mad? Why is she getting angry?
Somebody was going through like typical dick jokes or like talking about just male shit that really is a dead end. Like I feel like it's just like anything. It's really like a dead end. It's a dead end topic, but it happens to be gender based.
Right.
So it's a male end dead end topic that really not gonna. I mean,
it's like if you're bringing dick jokes to an open mic, think about your life, man. Like fuck, dude. Just think harder, and you can talk about real shit because nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Blind fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
The people that give a fuck are like Donald Trump. And he gives a fuck about other people.
I feel like you need to just find your dick joke market. Yeah, and your dick joke market isn't going to be at the open mic like that because I feel like the game has been so scarred of ill, like, just models of shit, of humor, of entertainment. Not even just comedy, but just of ill models of entertainment. Absolutely. To where it's like, even to play around there and not be funny is not cool.
Right.
Like if you're gonna play around there, it's 100% funny. Yeah, and you're talking about like the woes or the downfalls, or in a way where it's funny. It's not in a way to where you're bashing or you're like completely even self-deprecating. It's not even that funny. It's just like it's just not funny, bro.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think it's been a long time coming because I've always seen this contrast with women in men comics about like what are women talking about? Do they have to be super raunchy? Do they not be raunchy?
Why does Amy Schumer get to talk about her vagina and we don't get to talk about? It's like, dude, you know what? Why do it just happens? It's a weird everything. It's all
I think make it funny, like really make it funny, like make it funny.
That's the litmus test.
Make it funny. Though it happens not to be funny. This night, it was not funny. Not going to say there's never been a dick joke that's been funny, okay? But this shit was not funny, and I feel like it's just timely. Like, you just know. I go to open mics to kind of see what the energy's like.
It's a social experiment. A lot of times, you're just like,
I go to see, like, what people are talking about. Like, what's the, like, what's the general fucking
the vibe
collective
of the room. Yeah.
Collective talking. Like, what's people talking about? Exactly. And I like, that's part of my interest of going to see that. And when you go, by the reaction that's not going to be a positive thing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's
it's not like we're trying to no, you just observe and you just see.
Yeah. That particular night, I did not see it coming. I was ordering a sandwich. I was ordering my wrap.
A really great wrap.
Amazing wrap. It was called the Endangered Species wrap, which all their names, they got a huge menu board, funky titles.
They got one of those menus to where they got too many things on the menu. But it's okay because if you keep going, you get to try. You only feel like there's too many things because you don't know if you're going to come again.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only issue. But that gets to die down as you continue to go back.
Right. Anyway, so this is from my vantage point. Marcus, maybe he's outside smoking at this point, whatever. But we're just like, I'm ordering my sandwich, and all of a sudden I hear like, whatever, and then my dick this, my dick that, my dick bad, your dick good, whatever, and then she just goes up to the amp, she turns his volume all the way down, she gets on the mic, she could have just done what was that was weird, she could have done an awkward, but no, she just said that was inappropriate, and then she just like steamrolled into, this is fucked up, you know what, I've been to open mics for 11 years, and when I'm on late night, then you'll all be sorry when I'm when I'm this and this. She got a little like ahead of herself, but
she did, though. I feel like I feel like everyone took it the wrong way, but it came from something that was a long time coming. That's
Right.
kind of what I want to touch on. Like
exactly.
the past few years that I've been doing it, there's just been this contrast of like, what do people talk?
Yeah.
It's been a boiling point. And if we don't really resonate with that space, right, like we're going to continue to get these boiling points in little areas, little pockets like that, because I've been sensing it. I know friends that I have, they're on the fringe, radical as fuck.
Exactly.
You know, so they're already on top of the energy and the language and how shit is being, you know, perpetrated and portrayed and shit like that. So it's like, I felt it. I was just like, oh, it's only a matter of time to this shit just not going to go right. You know?
Exactly. And there does need to be a change of tone because it's ridiculous, you know, like, I mean, I know a lot of, you know, females that are literally afraid of human interaction with males. And there's a lot of male-hating females. And granted, I agree. Fuck, you know, men and their history. White men are the reason we're in all this shit. You know, it's true. But, like, you know, I know a lot of females where the temperature is they're, like, afraid, you know, like, there's just, like, it's like, you know, we talk about rape culture. We talk about fucking Brock Turner walking the streets. Like, what the fuck is that little shit doing on the streets? It's because a white, old, crotchety old man said, well, the young boy didn't, you know what he was doing behind that dumpster. And it's just, like, how... It's incredulous. It's insane. It's insane that, you know, Bill Cosby, it's insane that we let these people on, you know, just like get away with these things, you know, and it's really hard for me to believe that, you know, women, you know, it takes so much for women to be empowered in the right way, because what we've been doing is exploiting it. We've exploited them for their sexuality. We just degrade them. We're, you know, Hollywood, we live in this culture that is completely sexist, we're shocked when, you know, Insecure or whatever, you know, and like when a black show is on the air, we're shocked when a woman is the lead of a major motion picture because we didn't believe she could do it or whatever, you know, we just have all these expectations of what our reality is, and it's messed up, it's bizarre, it's got to change, and currently, I feel like we have a sitting, you know, president who is backwards thinking, and he doesn't, you know, and we have, you know, his first lady just has to stand there and let him say all this dumb shit, you know, and Melania can't speak up or whatever. I don't know what's going on. It's really, everything's really backwards right now.
Yeah, it is. I concur, man. It's backwards as fuck. I think there's only a little bit to, like, I mean, shit, where's our space? I feel like in the equation of the backwardness, the only part of the equation that we have 100% of control is, fuck, man, narrating where our thoughts and feelings are at. So that's where it kind of we get
it to a moment. We're going to take it to breathing exercises. I'm trying to.
Man, that's great.
I've been learning, you know, and this is from I learned all these breathing techniques, the Alexander technique. This is from an ex-girlfriend who could be our next subject, but it's breathing through the stomach, so you expand your stomach. You exhale, you know, and you just kind of recenter yourself. You got to reset. You know, we got to meditate. I think meditation is highly underrated, I think. Yes, bro. Yes. I feel like anytime I feel like really recently, when we can bring that subject of ex-girlfriend or girlfriend. I think that's next, man.
It's like, I feel like meditation. That's our boiling point. I feel like the meditation shit, man, if I lead with that, bro, I'm golden.
You're right. Yeah, exactly. I'm golden. You make all the right choices.
Oh my gosh. If I fall off just a little bit of that, shit seeps in a way where I'm just finding myself in more confusion.
And
frustration eventually.
And depth. And we all go down to that fucking rabbit hole, which we call the darkness.
Right.
And, you know, and so, yeah, speaking of exes, Marcus and I are both on, you know, the tail ends of some breakups. It's messiness. We're mopping up the pieces right now. Just a lot of broken glass we're stepping over. just, it's really
painful. My situation wasn't even a breakup. It was just like one of those eruptions that happens. It's like when you don't see potential all the way through. It hurts, bro.
It does.
Hurts.
Oh, it does.
It's like, and you really don't realize how much it hurts until you only feel the fallout of the potential. You start feeling the fallout of the potential. Yeah. And you're just like, oh my gosh, where was my head at?
Yeah.
That's where my head was at?
Exactly.
Oh my God. And the real part of the fallout is because, and it only feels like a breakup, or it feels so heavy, is because you've actually called and manifested these on your life intentionally, but you weren't being intentional about it. Like, and that's the feeling that because you were intentionally like energetically vibrating with whatever you align with, because it's funny, like you say, nothing happens by happenstance, but things happen, and it's like, so it's like, where's our vibration? That's why I think thoughts and feelings are the main important thing, because if you can't control anything, but you can control like how you think and what you feel about it, now you're in control to an extent,
Exactly.
So it's like if my thoughts and feelings are around a certain type of relationships or individual that I want, and then they come into my life, and then I'm not in the mindset of realizing it, bro, the fallout is so deep.
It's deep.
The fallout is so heavy.
And it's terrible. And I mean, dude, tell me that your last X amount of relationships aren't your last X amount of great life lessons. It's crazy. Like, you just like the people that have come into my life and they've helped me see these things. And I wasn't the person I was when I first started, dating this person, or even when I broke up. But like, it was just, it's all these things that we just kind of like, we never.
I've taken my last L. I'm taking my last relationship L, bro.
Yeah, I like it.
I've taken my last L, bro. Exactly. I'm not taking no more relationship L's, bro.
It's ridiculous. They're tiring. They're tiring, time consuming, confusing, everything. It's awful. And and there's just, it's so, like Marcus and I were talking about this in the other room, that if you don't allow the the positive, the pure space to wash over the two of you before you even interact, before you even bring your energies like together and you start talking and you start all the bullshit that accumulates. If you don't do that, then you're gonna find problems. You're gonna find
bro. I got the perfect example. I got the perfect example. I'm out on a little date situation. And situation relation, and I loved it, bro. I'm loving it, and we at the park and shit like that, and you know what? I just had this show about reading in between the lines, and I was about like still trying to. I'm not master. I haven't mastered it, bro, but I'm still there. I have the thought, right? So we're sitting, and this woman tells me that her day was kind of hard, and she's kind of shaky a little bit. She's nervous and shit like that, and that was when I should have perked up, and like and. Because I'm so and address it in the best way, and then I let it slide, right? So now there's energy, there's seeping shit happening, and then like
you start to both feel the cold air, you're both getting cold.
Yeah,
I didn't even want a sweatshirt.
And I already know my higher self before I even came into this, this meeting with this person. My higher self already told me like how the benefit of just sitting in silence and the benefit of just sitting and like, sitting back to back, sitting front to front, and just like. Being quiet and then you can address the cruelest shit after like resonating. You have to resonate first.
Exactly.
You can address everything, the monster under the bed, the moment after you resonate. But the monsters will only come out and fucking chop up everybody if you don't address it and look at it.
If you don't they're gonna come fuck up your shit.
That happened, and I feel like, and then she said a word that triggered me. And I let that slide, I didn't address that, and then and that's just even more shit. It's just like, so by the time the end of the day, by the time the 10 minutes later,
and you didn't even know this person,
and it's just, and now I'm like coming out of the fallout of that, and I'm like, wow, bro.
They're powerful experiences, and they're confusing, and they're just like, it's unnerving, it's crazy, it's I feel that. I have to, there's like some bubble around this, the whole like, all of her friends and all this whole like little like community I used to be part of. I'm like, oh, I can't even be cool with those people anymore. It's not even like that anymore, because they're team her. And and I'm just like, so I gotta be hands off, and I gotta and you have to like make space, gotta give her the space. She was always asking for space. She was always just like, she always like, we had a lot of like codependence issues. We had a lot of toxic behaviors that accumulated, and that we just never went like, made peace with each other. We weren't at peace with ourselves, first of all, which is the worst way to enter a relationship. Two people who are still looking for themselves.
See, yeah, and that's the coldest part about, I feel like, the situation that I'm falling in or out of or whatever is that
you falling into a new situation.
Exactly. Is that I was in a peak. I felt great, bro. I was like, I was feeling amazing.
Top of the world, yeah.
Top of the world when I met this individual. That's why I feel like part of the fallout is so tough too, because it's just like, I knew I was in such a good vibration before I met that person.
But that was the best version of you back then, and then you have to, it's an accumulation. We have to
accumulation of then,
the best. I mean, we have to, we have to take the good and the bad, and like the best.
No, take all the good and look at the bad, and then take all the good.
Exactly.
Don't take the bad. Take the good.
I mean, you gotta
accept it. You gotta accept the bad.
You gotta accept it. You gotta like. I mean, honestly, it's like.
When you accept it, it's no longer bad.
It's true. It's no longer bad, but but I mean, no. Like, I feel like there is a lot of stuff in this life that is overwhelmingly like, I can't believe that's even a thing. Like racism. It's really like, to me, that it actually like
world hunger, like poverty,
homelessness, the fact that we coexist with people that
ignorance
live
of
on
ignorant
the
energy.
The fact that we might go to war with North Korea, nobody seems to be talking about that.
And the fact that we've been at a social tech and, just like you said, race and just behavior model war since, as far as recorded history. I don't know if there's been any recorded history of like people who've all got together and actually figured shit out in a balanced way where everyone was able to go on to their paths and fucking do as they please and not injure anyone.
Exactly.
That hasn't been recorded. Hasn't been recorded.
People aren't interested in peaceful peace. People aren't interested in this shit.
No, they want their piece of peace.
They want a piece of their pie.
So we got a few minutes in here. I think we're gonna cut it because we're at like 27 mark, and maybe we can keep it under the 30 so we can fucking put it in different places and shit like that until I get my skills up and figure this shit out. But I do want it to fucking maybe we can add that little fucking beat, that song that we got.
Let's do
Donald. DJ Donald No Ducking always. He has a little fresh little beat I got to get on. Maybe I can add it to this or do something like that. But yeah, man, LovlaRadio. Where can they find you at, man? Where you got your Instagram?
All right, so I got my Instagram. Currently, my Instagram is syrup_sandwich at 66. And so let's SYRUP_SAMMICH 66. It's a reference to Kendrick Lamar's song "Humble." Because I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances, and finessing, guys with some counterfeits. I just remember that,
That's great.
Marcus, where are you at on Instagram?
Man, yeah, you can check me out, LovlaRadio, LovLA, and YouTube, soon to have a SoundCloud. And yeah, man, Gmail me, LovlaRadio. And yeah, man, we should keep it fresh, keep it funky. Tune in, check us out, laugh with us, cry with us. Peace.
Stay woke.